And then, of course, the Timurids themselves have changed. The Timurids are now much smaller than they were, with vassals, rather than just direct control over these territories. And we're going to be playing the vassal game. So we're basically the Middle Eastern Burgundy at this stage. So, let's see. How do we drill an army? That's probably the most important thing right now. Army drill. 0 army drill on average out of a maximum of 100. Army drill is increased by drilling armies and improves your regiment skill in battle. It will decay over time and is reduced by units reinforcing. But how do I do it? No, that's transports. That's the template. Okay, so conform to template is a freaking useful thing. So you know how you can create templates for your armies? Very often I would say have 14 infantry, 10 artillery and 2 cavalry. That's one that I often play with. Well, you can now say this regiment should be of that template, and it will automatically assign new regiments to be trained to join that army to create that template, or split units out or whatever, in order for that army to then have that template. So it's really, 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 really useful. This is not historically accurate. Europe knows about Africa and Asia. Yeah, it knows about it, but in this era these were not colonizable. They didn't have the technology or the will. That's why it reflects it in that way. Right, what was I talking about? You've thrown me already. We need some rivals. Who are the Ottomans rivaled with? You are rivaled with the Mamluks, so I think we are going to be rivaling the Mamluks, since they've rivaled with me anyway. And Ajam. Do I want to... I don't need another one. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Got this. You go towards legalism, right? Yes, and I like the idea of going towards legalism right now, because it doesn't look like I have any... Oh, I do have a lot of... Shite, I have a lot of stuff to convert. And Shia makes it a lot harder to convert. We have 60% religious unity right now. So I think we may well need to take religious ideas fairly early on. In fact, if we have a look at the religion map mode for this area, yeah, a big chunk of our country is Shia. Just not big enough. It's actually mostly Ajam, which is going to be the Syrian... Oh, sorry, the Shiite aspect. And we already are improving relations with Baluchistan, aren't we? No, but that is something that we can do, so I'm going to accept that one. Denouncement of sect practices is a reduction of unrest, and it moves even further towards legalism. We're going to double down. We're doing it anyway. So, yes. Accepted. Right, drilling. That's what I was looking at. How do we drill stuff? I was expecting a big bold button to say drill, but I'm not seeing it. Levy troops. Our army professionalism is 0. Giving the following effects. So army professionalism is another modifier which reduces mercenary cost and increases the available mercenaries and professionalism. How is that defined? Dependent on how your country is on mercenary or professional armies, it increases by drilling units or recruiting generals, but decreases if you recruit mercenaries. Okay, so the more that we drill our troops, the more army professionalism we gain. So for every general we have, we get +1. For every mercenary, we lose 0.15. Oh man, in most of my games I use mercenaries very heavily. That means my army professionalism is gonna suck! Especially when I'm playing as the traders. At the bottom there's a training dummy. So there is. You cannot drill an army without a leader. Aha! So if we put Shah Rukh in charge of these guys, now we can drill. Ah! Based on its current share of the force limit, drilling this army gives +0.4 yearly army professionalism and yearly chance of skill increase for Shah Rukh. Right, so there is now the potential to train generals in the same way that you can train the armies with drilling. So if you have a general actively drilling an army, then he can also improve in skill. Do we really want this bigger fraction of our army drilling, though? I think we do. And do we want another general? I think we probably do as well. Oh, except for the fact that this is going to cost us military tech. And considering that Shah Rukh gives us a bonus to military tech cost, I think we want to try and grab as much technology as we can while he's alive. So we're going to pass on getting a general right now. The Ottomans have announced Austria as a new ruler, new rival. Royal marriage from Afghanistan, that'll tie them closer to us, so yes, that sounds an excellent idea. Genoa has disbanded. France has surrendered Maine. No, they're going to war. We're going to war. Right, and because I have a new graphics card, my speed 5 movement is going to be a lot quicker. Except I'm speed 4 at the moment. Royal marriage from Fars, that seems reasonable. Except actually this is probably done on CPU rather than actual movement. Ming has entered into a treaty of support independence for Ming? Why? You're miles away. Ah. That's just completely fucked us. So it looks like they haven't fixed anything about how ridiculous Ming is. I was really hoping that they would nerf Ming and Russia in this update, because at the moment they just make the game unfun. Why? Screw that country in particular is basically what Ming's gone. Alright, well we definitely need an army being drilled now. Thankfully we can afford it. And this is going to add even more to our overall 6% chance of yearly skill increase for Shah Rukh, which is awesome. Royal marriage from Sistan. Yes, I'm going to need to try and bind everyone closely to us. And of course we have got ships, which I totally forgot about. Right, merchants is the other thing I need to look up. So you lot can go ahead and mothball. You can go and do some trading in Hormuz, seeing as it's our home node. And then let's have a look at this and see what we can get our merchants to do. So we can basically tell our merchants what we need them doing in this trade node. So currently they are maximizing profit, which increases the trade node power by plus 5%. We could tell them instead to do hostile trading, which increases spy network construction of plus 25%. So if we wanted to rapidly expand in this area or get CBs, what's it called? Covert operations for fabricating claims, and that's how we could get that to go more quickly. We could improve the inland route, which increases siege ability and artillery bonus? I guess by better movement of equipment. We have a merchant in Hormuz. Oh, we need to have at least 50% trade power before we can do that. And Hormuz is currently dominating power here. Where are we? We have 3% trade power? Wow, we suck at trade. How come Hormuz gets so much? Is that... Oh yeah, Muscat and Hormuz both give a bunch of free stuff. Alright, then we can also do established communities, which increases improvement of relations with those countries. Which is another one that we could do, although we would then actually need to have a diplomat doing that. And we can propagate religion, which again we need to have at least 50% trade power. And it needs to be a trade company. Alright, so propagate religion I think is a way of converting provinces which we've turned into a trade company rather than having to wait just to convert it to then make it a trade company, which was always bizarre when you had to do that in Africa. Sorry, hitting the microphone there. But I think we're just going to be maximizing trade for now. It is definitely money that we are needing the most because... bad things are going to happen! I can't believe the Ming did that. I mean, that's just wiped us out. And we're now at war with Ming. Oh, GG. Game over. And we're about to get stack wiped here because we were drilling. Run away! Run away! Yeah, that's right. Couldn't catch me. Did we get any drilling done? Oh, we actually got... Oh no, that's morale. No, we got naff all drill done. Yeah, well, I wasn't exactly expecting to be at war with Ming from this point. Though Ming has to get here, which is unlikely, so this might actually be an opportunity to just gobble up some of the vassals. Yeah, that's right, you run away. Oh, you're going that way. We'll see you there. Oh, you went that way. Cheeky. Gotcha. Come on, stack wipe. This should definitely be... yeah. Ah! Unfortunately, I don't have very much manpower with which to actually fight this war. But we can certainly try. I was actually kind of hoping that you would try and hold out in Herat there. Are you going to try and jump into this? Alright, that's another stack. Padishah Consort of the People. It has become clear to us that the Padishah Consort, Gorashad, is a man with a heart of gold. He always does his best to please his husband, Great Sultan Shah Rukh. And treats his friends with unparalleled kindness. During the recent trip to the Jask province, Padishah Consort Gorashad saw the suffering of his poorest peasants with his own eyes. Is this a guy or a girl? I thought it was his wife. I mean... doesn't know. Ever since, he has been drafting a plan to help his most destitute subjects. In order to make these ideas into reality, however, Gorashad needs some funds from the nation's treasury. So we can spend 60 ducats, which we cannot afford, to reduce unrest, or we gain legitimacy. I'm going to take the legitimacy. And I really want to go and attack you, but I was kind of hoping that I would be able to do it while you were attacking that. Khorasan's a -3 stability. I could just let them tear themselves apart. Alright, so who am I actually at war with? That's probably a good thing to ask. Those three. Alright. So Transaxonia is definitely the strongest. We've already killed those two armies. So actually, you know what? I'm going to take the offensive at this point, and we're going to go after... Merv, and we're just going to siege it down. Hey, cry for sucker. Yeah, I'm finally playing E4 now that I have my hands on the preview. My grubby hands, which is released on the 16th. I got it like 5 days early, which is awesome. The plight of Herat. All of the Timurids suffer in war, but those provinces which lie in the path of the enemy suffer worst. What appears to a soldier or a commander as a convenient source of supplies is often all the common people have. The outskirts of Herat have been plundered in this war to the point of starvation. They are now reaching to the government to aid them in recovering, lest the suffering of the Timurids drag on for years, past the eventual peace. Sorry, but no can do. And yes, that is a place near Kathmandu. We're going to try and march to this. Oh, you know, you're going up. Stay, stay. How are you locked in already? You just arrived. Now we are on -1 stability. After a lifetime of war and iron-fisted rule, Timur's heir and son, Shah Rukh, has finally passed on. His life's work has been to keep the empire his father built together, which he did for an additional year. Unifying after Timur's death and then stamping out any rebellion against his own rule. Shah Rukh brought peace to many parts of the empire, and under his rule, the arts and sciences have blossomed. During his last years he has been ill often, however, and his sons and cousins have used the time to prepare for the inevitable war of succession. Will no longer have the benefit of the reputation for Shah Rukh, and the Timurid vassal princes will thereafter be most likely to start a plot for the throne themselves. Well, most of them already have, because of Ming. These guys have no interest in splitting off, though. So Sistan and Afghanistan are just totally fine. The others, though, are bastards. And I'm going to punish you for coming into Herat. Yeah, that's right. You guys. Let's shift consolidate here. Gotcha! How do you have so much more morale than me? No, because you went mysticism. Of course you did. I went for the money. I did what I always do. Right, so we can denounce the sect practices, which moves us towards legalism once again, which basically is doubling down on what we were doing already. Although we've actually lost a bunch of piety once Thingamajiggy died. Shah Rukh. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm still going to do it because I still want the manpower and the money from that. I mean, it means we suffer a little bit in morale, but we still have a lot more troops than they do. And I'm kind of hoping that's what we need. And it is. Round 1 went to us. Sheikh-ul-Islam, where the Qadis are judges of the land, the Muftis are the ones to provide general legal interpretation and doctrine. An empire as large as ours, however, needs an overreaching authority over all the Muftis. Traditionally, this has been the role of the Sheikh-ul-Islam. The Sheikh-ul-Islam will not only author fatwas himself, he will also be the one to appoint many of the original Muftis in our realm. And ultimately, he is the person who will safeguard the loyalty of the great Sultan edicts. Naturally, the man we pick will belong to the Hanafi, but there will be a number of distinguished candidates to choose from. Loyal Sheikh al-Islam will almost always take the side of the great Sultan, and will increase the chance of support from the religious establishment. So we get plus 10% national tax modifier, tolerance to the true faith, or legitimacy. That's moving towards mysticism, legalism, and then no change. That's just tax modifier increase. So, format most loyal, most learned and steadfast, or a famous Sufi. So this really is money versus legalism. Until the death of our current leader, and considering they only just took power, that's probably, hopefully, gonna be a while. So that is a plus 10% bonus to tax income for a long time. Yeah, we're doing that. Legalism we can get over time. This is kind of a one-off, one-shot. Opportunity strikes! Royal marriage with... Hang on. You're not one of my minions. I think I just made a mistake there. Fars and Ladakh are indeed not minions. That's annoying. In fact, Fars freaking hates me. Oh, they're one of the evil rising up against ussies. Yeah, I would really have liked to have an alliance with a couple of you guys. Curses! Move towards legalism and moves towards mysticism. In the late Middle Ages saw the emergence of several new forms of Islamic mysticism, one of the most controversial being a band of Sufi dervishes known as the Renuncianists. These men sought to separate themselves entirely from normal society, shaving all body hair down to the eyebrows, and publicly breaking the rules of Sharia in order to demonstrate their unique relationship with God, all while wandering from town to town begging for alms. Our religious scholars are calling for their persecution, arguing that the uneducated populace's tendency to view them with awe will lead them away from the true faith. I mean, I've been doubling down on mysticism, but I'm wondering if I really want to be doing that while I'm at war. Sorry, legalism. Because this gives fort defense and it gives morale of armies. And we've been struggling with the morale of our enemy armies. No, I'm going to rely on the fact that we're just bigger. Ajam's declared war on Giljan. At least they're not coming after us. New heir to the throne, 415, cool. I'm kind of hoping... Oh man, they have a lot of forts. And we have 2. Ugh. Yeah, they're just carpet sieging us at the moment. Not much I can do about it though. Because I really want to take Merv out so I can at least use that as a center point from which to push at the enemy, and then we control like this entire central area once we have those 2 forts. Although they have a significant army there. And if they merge up with them, then we're going to have some problems. Because we're out of manpower. So this is the stage when I would go, right, we need mercenaries. So I'm going to take a loan and say, right, we need mercenaries. Except they have increased the cost of mercenaries, so I can't really spam them as much as I used to. We'll grab 4 of them. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, are these guys drilled? No. You lot need to bug off. Oh, you're attacking me. Well, that's annoying. And I just missed my opportunity to... Damn it. All of the mercenaries I literally just raised are now being destroyed. Stop it! You bastards! Oh, we took the fort, though. We're probably going to lose that fight. Well, oh, crap. I forgot to get a new leader as well, because Shah Rukh was my general. Yeah, this game is basically over already. Just because of sodding Ming. That was such a left field move. I did not expect it. I mean, someone like Ajam supporting one of my minions, perhaps. But Ming, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. They're just going to rise up. Strategic reverse of time. I'd rather just restart. Gain 1 mercantilism or lose diplomatic power. Mercantilism always. Ah, screw it, we'll just play on. Except we're about to get stack wiped here, so let's back off! Go, 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 go. Run away. And we need a general, because... please be someone good. Not particularly. Whoops. Group you guys together. Give you a general. Consolidate. Take out loans. And build some more armies, but I'm going to do it here in the south and hopefully we can protect them. And you shift over here. Go! Join together! We'll fight them! We just took another loan. Yeah, we're going to beggar ourselves fighting this. Right, you're going after my minions now, which is really not very nice of you. I'm going to see if I can support them. I mean, together, that is 15,000 men here. And yes, I would like you to attach to this army. Please, attach to this army! Guys! This is a mountain pass I'm standing in. So is that. That's not. Bam is a mountain though. I'm going to back off to Kerman and I'm hoping they go after Bam. How are you doing this? Blocked by this. You should not be able to make that move. Oh. The whole reason I moved to Kerman is because I was hoping that, well, where's the zone of control? Does fort level show it? Yeah, zone of control right there. You should not be able to move from here to here. You are locked. How are you moving there? Yeah, the AI clearly cheats. Forts are freaking pointless. I didn't think it cheated when it came to movement, though. I know it cheats in terms of, like, diplomats and where it can put generals and admirals. Advisor costs minus 15%. Possible advisors. I have an advisor. Oh, my reinforcements did arrive. But because we're not fighting in the mountains, we lose. Yeah, I'm done. New game. Thanks, Ming. Ruined this one. Arseholes. Once again. So, this time I think I'm going to go towards mysticism just because I don't trust them. I'm going to do the same religious... No, what was it? It was that one. Taxation policy, which is government. I'm going to go with lenient taxation. I mean, I was doubling down on the fact that my minions wouldn't just break away because of arbitrary reasons. So we're going to decrease liberty desire of the minions, which starts off a little bit dangerous. Not terrible. Manageable. So lenient taxation. Boom. Now 4 of them are completely loyal. If we send a advisor to Transaxonia, we should be able to keep you as well. We're going to have you with Shah Rukh, and I'm going to have you drilling. I'm going to drop my morale down for everyone else. I'm going to move you away from my front line. Move you to Farah first. I will need... Maintenance is down. I'm trying to remember what my opening moves were now. We need a rival, which are going to be the Mamluks, because we want to try and make friends with the Ottomans, which hopefully still have the Mamluks rival, which you do. So we're going to improve relations with you. We're going to improve relations with Transaxonia, which we're already doing. And then probably Baluchistan. Incorporate Khorasan into our country. I mean, yes, I would absolutely love to do that. Move towards legalism, move towards legalism. I mean, ordinarily legalism is what I would do. No, I'm still going to go legalism. Still going to do it. Take both of those. I'm not going to take a mission right now. Yes, I am. I'm going to say incorporate Khorasan. And Khorasan, you're going to have to be the other one that I try and improve relations with, although I need allies. No, we're going to improve relations with Baluchistan. Hopefully we can make them allies. You're moving away. Good. And an advisor, that was the other thing. Fort defense, maintenance modifier. Maintenance modifier would seem to be the one that we want. Okay. We're still positive in making money. Armies, that was the other thing we need. We need to train 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more troops. And then speed 4. A gathering store. Yeah, bad things are going to happen. Hello, Nomad. Right, so we're going to have you drilling, so hopefully we're actually going to have some kind of military nous before anything bad happens. I'm going to keep my forts on for the moment, simply because I don't trust Ming not to repeat what they just did. We're going to get our armies, which should also reduce the rebelliousness of our other factions. It's annoying that you can't just tell them to move. Ming has helped. I've done it again. This is ridiculous. Why would Ming be at all interested in the Timurids? Because if anything, we're a foil to the other hordes, because of Transaxonia is our vassal. Well, in that case, are they going to do this every single game that the Timurids are in? Because that's fucking broken if it is. Ming, the ultimate troll. Yeah, they kind of are. Actually, one thing I might be able to do is get royal marriage with you. Which they wouldn't accept because they are now rebellious. Of course! Thanks, Ming. Broke the game for me. Again. Well, right now I'm going to have to basically say that the Timurids are unplayable. Because this is always going to happen. I'm pretty sure this... Why don't you just release them? Because I want my vassals! Alright, so there are a couple of things going on here which makes vassals extremely important. Namely, the fact that we are an Ictor. Ictors get these bonuses, which are dependent on your vassals. So, efficient tax farming, we get tax modifier of 15%, but also 530 ducats from the total development of your subject provinces. Every single one of these special abilities is dependent on your subject strength. And there it is. Game over. Again. Well, I'm going to have to say that Timurids are unplayable right now. So, well done, Paradox. You fucked that one up. We'll just choose someone else. It's fine. Stop recording that one.